Good morning, adventure friends.
Buenos dias. It's another beautiful day here in the Amazon. I'm so sad to leave this place.
This was the last stop Ecuador Freedom Bike Rentals has us on, the last place we're staying.
Yep.
This place was absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful, and pretty relaxing also.
Yeah, really cool experience to be right on the Napo River and just like be submerged in probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
Yeah, so even though this is the last day, there are adventures on the treasure map that we saw, and some of them look like they might be a little crazy.
A little crazy. Whew.
But we got to get on the road, so stay tuned here in just a second because we might be making some stops.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Crazy! Wow. Yep, this tiny bridge. Okay, so we're just waiting for someone to come, and then I think we're gonna go into these caves.
Yeah, so I think they're called like Jumandi or something like that, and it seems like it's gonna be pretty cool. It says that we can't bring a camera in there. I don't know if that includes a GoPro because the picture that was on the wall looked like the DSLR, not a little GoPro. So maybe we can bring the GoPro in.
Yeah,
I don't know, we'll ask.
They might just say no cameras or phones because they're usually not waterproof. So,
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like light sensitive, like an art gallery, and it wrecks the rocks or something if there's flash.
Yeah, but we don't have a flash on this, so we might be in the clear. We don't know. We'll see. This should be a pretty cool adventure.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be about an hour long or so we're not sure what you'll see here in the next second.
Cool. Okay, let's do this. As normal, I'm a little bit chicken to go swimming in a cave. Walked through caves before, but swim? Ooh.
Yeah.
So here we go.
All right, so it says cameras are prohibited. We just talked with the guy.
GoPro es bueno.
GoPro is muy bueno. All right,
Good.
let's go change and get ready for this tour.
Yeah.
Got your flashlight?
Yep.
Awesome. We've made it. We're about to enter the mouth of the cave right now. That's our guide. The water's about to get pretty deep over here. She said it's going to be about chest deep, so we got to hold on to a rope. Over the water. My feet aren't even touching. This is wild. Going up the waterfall now. How was that, Aaron?
That was cool. Careful you don't put your hand on that.
Look at the pinchers on him.
Is that big pinchers?
Yeah.
Whoa. Scorpion spider. Water happy.
So magical.
Chévere.
Super chévere. Here, you want to go first, bud?
Scratch your nose.
Yeah.
Our friend.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
okay.
Nice.
Poquito más grande. ¿Cuál tipo? So we have to crawl through these spaces along the cavern, and it can be a dangerous situation, but luckily we've got a trained guide with us showing us exactly how to make it through. And that goes with really anything that you're doing. If you're not sure what you're doing, you get a guide. You find someone who's done it before so that you can do it too. The little tight places open up to be vast caverns every once in a while. It's crazy how just water seeping through the ground has created such crazy formations. Holy smokes! I'm actually in the hole. It's actually not rough. I couldn't touch the bottom. Oh my gosh. I just went down at least 8 feet and didn't even touch the bottom.
Oh, it's a nice temperature.
Yeah, it's really nice. Good thing we had all that rock training, right? We're now climbing out of the belly of the cave into the sunlight. The cave goes on for another 5 hours, our guide lady said, and we don't have that kind of time because we've got to get back to Quito.
And she's been there with her father, which is really cool.
Yeah. No fear.
It's a very spiritual, sacred place. And you can definitely feel why.
Yeah.
It's really special. Thank you. Thank you. That was so cool.
Made it out alive, right?
Yeah, we had an amazing guide named Lady who just like took care of us, and her family has been going to this cave for centuries. She's been going to the cave since she was a little girl. So I had really good faith in her that she wouldn't take us on like a dangerous route, and she was very cautious and kind and just really careful to make sure that every step we took that we were taken care of. It was awesome.
Definitely a cool stop on the treasure map that
Yeah.
Freedom Bike Rentals is sending us on.
Yeah.
Now it's time to head back to the truck and continue on the journey.
Yeah, let's see where else they send us. Like maybe living in an area kind of like this, like it's not totally jungly and it's on a river, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to be on a water source of some kind
Yeah,
so that we can utilize it for energy.
yeah.
Hola! We made it alive!
Hells yeah. Let me check your cow. fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Dirt.
I just feel like shame and farts in here.
What's happened, Vishka? Can you tell me? How are you guys?
We put on some miles. Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, holy shit! Compliments.
It's only dirty. Nothing more. I
not
love
too
you
dirty.
guys.
Oh my god.
Because I drove.
Ah, yeah.
Way back.
We made it back.
Way
Made it
back.
back alive. And as
Good.
soon as we opened the doors, cold beers. That is hospitality.
That's
That is
Best
such
in the world.
hospitality.
Yeah.
Salute to you guys. All right, we've got some unpacking to do, and then we'll hang out and chat for a little bit. So stay tuned. Holy smokes, we just made it back to Quito, Ecuador, and it being a, what is it, Thursday today?
Yep.
We had no idea about the license plate thing until at the beginning and then forgot about it, but we made it in right before we got a ticket.
No impounding.
No impounding, yeah. It's been an absolutely killer trip here with Ecuador Freedom, and we wanted to bring to you one more time Court and Sylvain and just kind of ask them a couple questions, pick their mind about building a business in Ecuador, as well as the trip that we just went on, trip of a lifetime.
Yeah. First question. How did you guys come across all these gems? All of these little stops along the treasure map. How did you find them?
10 years of riding around, and we ride around and they're like these green and white pickup trucks all over the country. And we asked, those guys know all the back roads. So they're pickup trucks you can hire to take your pig in the market or pick your bags of potato. Those guys know all the back roads. So we'll stay in a town and we'll ask locals what are cool things to see around here. And we'll spend a few days in different areas and just get to know the region a lot, meet a lot of different people over the time. And so it's been 10 years of doing that all the time. We're about to go out next week on another 2 weeks of riding around, finding more places. So
Wow.
Which
Yeah.
area are you going to?
we're going now down to the south because we don't go down to the south of the country often enough. So
Yeah. That is super cool. So what type of person would enjoy this sort of experience? Because this is not just a tour, this is not just an excursion, this is an experience.
yeah.
I guess open mind, sense of adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, don't expect to be like how do you say that? Go like a Disneyland. Everything is ready. It's adventure. Anything can happen. You know?
Uh-huh.
So you need to like this kind of trip.
Nice.
Yeah, you gotta have an open mind. What we do is we kind of like we prepare a meal for you. It's like you guys are gonna have the conversation. You gotta bring yourself into it. You've got to bring and do it. You can do whatever you want with it, but we provided you with elements to have a good time, the good places to go, the things to see.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. It's to make it the adventure each time. So that's what.
I have to say that the adventure has been absolutely amazing because every single day we had a brand new piece of paper, kind of on a cardstock, it was a little bit more heavy. And originally we were just like, oh, this is just a guide, but really it ended up being a treasure map showing you all these different places. And from the beginning, we tried to hit every single place
We tried.
on that piece of paper.
Except for your sick day.
And there was not enough hours in a day. What was that?
Except for your sick day.
Oh yeah.
It's okay.
We kind of wimped out that day and we just like drove. It was the long drive day.
Yeah.
And he didn't feel good. So we just
I
like
think it was
drove.
altitude sickness a little bit.
Yeah, and he's had it before, but like the whole drive was thrilling. Every
Yeah.
corner on the long day, it was like the landscape just kept changing and changing and changing, and it was so amazing. Yeah. Okay, so it's called Ecuador Freedom Bike Rentals. Does that mean that you need to know how to ride a bike, or do you have other options?
Yeah, if you want to rent a bike, you need to know how to ride a bike.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been in business going on 10 years now. It was all bikes before. Then we had a lot of people who were like, I have friends that don't ride bikes and they want to come with us. So that's why we added in the 4x4 vehicles that can do all the different tours that we do.
I've got to say that taking the 4x4 Jeep Wrangler has been absolutely killer.
So
From
going, just starting off on, in the city into the mountains on mountain roads, and then getting into the off-road cobblestone, and even driving across the beach on the sand, flying across that, and then getting to areas that's like the Martian surface that is like, the whole Jeep crawler thing. That's what I thought it was, because we're like, oh, there's a wheel in there. Okay, we're back down. Let's keep going, sort of thing. It was. I had no fear in it.
Yeah, it's it becomes an extension of you.
What does freedom mean to you?
You don't have any rules, don't be stupid, don't hurt anybody. Basically, don't let anybody tell you what to do, what to think. This is freedom, yes. It's what we have in this country.
Yeah.
People are friendly and nobody tell you what to think, what to do. You can do that, you can. No, you do basically in Ecuador, you do whatever you want. The limit is don't hurt somebody. Don't go in the feet of somebody else. This is freedom.
That's beautiful.
Yes, I don't know. It's more.
That's gorgeous.
That's nice.
So why we call it freedom is we rode down here on motorcycles, and we left everything behind us. We left our jobs, a house for sale, and we just left. And we had this great feeling of being able to do whatever we wanted to do. First time, like we could go anywhere we wanted to go. We could do anything we wanted to do, and it just felt amazing. And being on a motorcycle is always good. It's a sense of freedom. It always gives you that. But this was like huge. So we wanted to do that. We wanted to make it easy for people to kind of experience that feeling that we got a few weeks after we left, and make it a little easier for people to get that feeling right away.
That's cool. I'd say that feeling is really embedded into the tour. Like the whole trip, it's like because you don't know where you're going. Like you said, we didn't know where you're going. We didn't know where you're going to stay. We didn't know what's it going to be like when we show up.
We pulled the GPS up and hit day 1, day 2.
Your day is already done, so you don't have to prepare anything. It's already done. Just follow. You're free to enjoy the scenery.
Yeah, that's super cool. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
Is there any questions we didn't ask that we should have?
Ooh. Tricky question. You love the tricky question.
Should I have written that one down?
Yeah, you can. We love you guys.
While you're thinking about that, I want to add one more thing about freedom. So like for us, freedom is about the ability to be where you want when you want. That's why our little slogan for Be Adventure Partners is because we like that ability that anyone could create in their lives if they want it. Like you've got the ability to create anything that you want. Every single day is your day, and every single time that anybody wakes up, it's a decision every single day about what you're going to do. If you're continue going to a job that you hate, guess what? You are making that decision to do that. Why continue to live like that? That's why, like, when we were doing that initial search on Google Maps to find a car rental company, and we saw Ecuador Freedom right there, we were like, holy smokes, this is just like a beacon of light on Google Maps that just called us through. And then
what is that?
And then while on the full 9-10 days that we've been out and about, we felt so safe inside this country. And it was such a beautiful thing. Like, the police weren't out to get us, and there were security stops here and there, and they were just making sure everybody's doing good.
People were amazing the whole way. So what was your biggest challenge once you got here? Because it's like everything's all hunky-dory, everything feels great, right? Like we've had this with our just like pulling the cord, we're quitting our jobs, we're out of here. Like the minute that we decided that, like not everything's perfect. When you got down here, were there challenges being foreigners?
You need to learn patience, for sure.
Okay.
You need to deal with some administration here. It's like, it's not like one paper or two papers. It's always 5, 10, 20. It's never good enough.
The administration, the paperwork. It's just like anywhere though, when you go, if you don't, I think you don't know people where you're going, which we didn't. We didn't know anybody. I don't think we knew where Ecuador was before we left. So
You need to learn the culture, different culture.
getting to know people, knowing who you trust, that's just the same anywhere you go. Anytime you're going to change places, it's the same thing. So nothing really that different. There is a difference in the culture and learning. We come from New York, so high speed, a lot lower speed here in Latin America. So it's just shifting down a little bit and expecting things to go a little slower. I think it took a little time to adjust to that.
Yeah.
Spanish too.
Learning Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish.
Third language.
Yeah.
Or more, maybe.
The first week in Mexico, it was like,
Yeah.
This is our Spanish, the first week.
Sign language.
But the fun part, maybe the first 2 years, the fun part was to go find a new road. This is the fun part.
Yeah.
Because you never know, you take a road and everybody, yeah, it's this way. And you're under this nothing, a big precipice to go back, you know.
Yeah.
So learning to find new road, it was fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds like you guys got pushed to stretch and grow and just like reach so far outside of your comfort zone. And like, would you have ever expected that this would
Never
have come
in the
out of
world.
that?
Never in the world,
we
for sure.
didn't at all.
It's so cool.
It's such a wonderful thing that you've created. And we just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
So much love.
To be able to go on this experience and document the whole thing, and so that other people can see that Ecuador is safe. And that it's beautiful. The highways here, I would compare to better than Texas in most places.
Yeah.
Like pretty smooth.
Yeah.
But just like any country, there's some rough edges.
Yeah.
And just like thank you so much
Thank
for
you guys.
everything that you guys have paved the way for. Because like without this, our road trip that we were already thinking about going on would have been a lot more lackluster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not so zesty or thrilling, that's for sure.
That's excellent.
So we
So
definitely
thank you.
appreciate you guys,
Thank you
and thank you
So
so much.
That's what we love to see.
You guys
Thank
are
you for
great.
your trust in us too.
Yeah, for sure.
amazing.
So if you are headed to Ecuador and you want to go on an adventure of a lifetime and see things and experience things off the beaten path that you probably are not going to find on Google Maps in most cases, definitely reach out to Court and Sylvan at Ecuador Freedom. All the links for their business is here in the description. And
And if you haven't yet, make sure you go ahead, click subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that we come out with fresh videos just for you.
until next time, friends,
Adventure on!
adventure on.